Hi there, it's Ted Tanner with Beachside Real Estate Group, and a question that I commonly get asked is about Zillow's Zestimates and how accurate they are on the coast. So here's a short video I recorded to talk about that very subject. This information here is from Zillow's own website. If you look here in the top left corner, it's zillow.com/z/Zestimate/. It says, what is a Zestimate? So the Zestimate home valuation model is Zillow's estimate of a home market value. It is not an appraisal and cannot be used in place of an appraisal. It says, how accurate is the Zestimate? The Zestimate's accuracy depends on the availability of data in the home's area. Some areas have more detailed home information available, and others do not. The more data available, the more accurate the Zestimate value will be. So in an area like South Hillsborough or Beaverton or other areas of the country where there are large subdivisions and there are hundreds and sometimes thousands of homes that were all built in the same year or within the same 5-year period, and there's like a plan A, looks like a plan A, looks like a plan A. I mean, you get my point. There's cookie cutter homes in a subdivision. Well, in those particular neighborhoods, Zestimates, they're great. They work. Lots of similar homes, lots of data. Estimates work really well. On the coast, doesn't work. That's why we like living here on the coast. Homes are so unique. It's much more of an art valuing a home on the coast. So, to give you an idea of the Zestimates on the coast, I'm just looking at Portland, and these are for homes that aren't on the market. These are off-market homes. So if you want to know what your home's worth, and it's not on the market, take a look at this. Here's Portland, okay? 46% of homes were within 5% of the sales price. This means almost 54% of sales were not within 5%. It means they're more than 5% off, okay? Here it says a little more than 72% of the homes were within 10% of the sales price. This means almost 30% of the sales were not within even 10% of the sales price, right? So that means like 30% of the time, it's not even within 10% of the sales price. And over here, 90% of the homes, roughly, are within 20% of the sales price. This means 10% of the time, they weren't even within 20% of the actual sales price. So again, if you're in an area like South Hillsborough or Beaverton or any of the other large subdivisions in the US, Zillow's Estimates, it's a pretty good way to go. But on the coast, well, it's not as accurate. This is Ted Tanner, Beachside Real Estate Group.